Travis Wayne Goodsill. This is a reading of the updated email notification to Judge Waddups in my civil complaint against the Corporation of the President of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, 219 CV 00711, Clark Waddups. This is a further update to Your Honor. Excuse me. As Your Honor has been including these emails on the docket. The plaintiff's landlord did not have the follow-through of the eviction with the local court serving summons for a hearing to the plaintiff yet. That sounds weird. Let me read that again. The plaintiff's landlord did not have the follow-through of the eviction with the local court serving summons for a hearing to the plaintiff yet. Okay. This is now a lying-in-wait indictment, which is the pattern of criminal behavior of co-conspirators, as mentioned in the plaintiff's complaint. And as Your Honor has received notice from the plaintiff along with Judge First on 18 March 2020 with the indictment of 42 U.S.C. 3617 with the first eviction threat before the defense counsel presented themselves to the court. In that 18 March 2020 email notification, Your Honor, along with Judge First, were also informed that the plaintiff had served the defendant through the waiver of summons process, and were informed that the defense counsel's deadline was to be the 30th of March 2020. The docket officially states the appearance of the defense counsel was 7 April 2020, and their motion to dismiss only submitted to the court and not to the plaintiff on 10 April 2020. Thus, on the official docket, the defense counsel shows they are in default. In Governor Herbert's weekly briefing on Thursday, July 2020, as I'm trying to speak, I'm coughing up a storm here. And I linked the YouTube video to his weekly briefing. The governor claims the data leads the decisions through the manipulation of the metrics, quote unquote, in order to get Mormons back to church. The governor, therefore, is keeping Utah in yellow and green though the White House lists Utah among the red states. The plaintiff has been keeping track of the daily reporting of Utah virus stats, and as of Thursday, 30th July 2020, the week was already indicating Utah was still in the red. And at the end of the week's reporting, Utah was at 11%, as 10% is the red level line, which the White House uses. Thus, the governor's claims to trying, quote unquote, are fraudulent, as he is manipulating the stats to place Utahns at risk, including the plaintiff, which is an added indictment, in this case, of the governor and his office as co-conspirators. Attached is the plaintiff's discovery from the state's filing on behalf of the defendant against the plaintiff, even though Your Honor has authority to access the court-sealed document yourself. Your Honor will notice the places the plaintiff's petition was delivered to, and the redefining by the state on behalf of the defendant and their intent to disappear the plaintiff rather than proceed to trial despite the strong claims to serious criminal accusations. Your Honor will see what was granted to the plaintiff from Dr. Cohn's report to the court, as the plaintiff reminds Your Honor of the previously submitted evidence of the defendant's payments to Dr. Cohn. The discovery states the arresting officer's belief that the plaintiff had a history of mental illness from the lying witness reports of the plaintiff's parents. But when they learned the plaintiff's parents had lied and that the plaintiff has no history of mental illness, they intended to manufacture a history of mental illness for the plaintiff as the defense counsel for the plaintiff, which included the plaintiff's former Mormon missionary companion in the New York mission from 1989 to 1991, Mark Augustine, called into question the plaintiff's fitness for trial in conjunction with Carol Buffy, causing the judge to order the evaluation by Dr. Cohn. Mark spent most of his 6 months with the plaintiff in Newburgh, New York, going on splits so that he could constantly complain to the mission president about the plaintiff as to why their companionship was the only one not baptizing 200 new converts per month average under President Creel Coford. Mr. Augustine was already biased against the plaintiff and for the defendant. Dr. Cohn is the pivotal person who ties the defendant to all co-conspirators against the plaintiff. The defendant's board, which is all the First Presidency and Quorum of the 12, are the ones who authorize all financial transactions. It is not also, if not also sign the checks. There is no way for a distinct, separated individual to sign checks on the defendant's behalf without authorization and knowledge authorization from and knowledge of the defendant's board. The plaintiff believes this submitted discovery from 2008 also contained alright, I don't need to put that. The plaintiff's discovery from 2008 also contains the troublemaker file of the defendant on the plaintiff, from which the plaintiff has previously submitted the initial filings in that file showing the reason why the plaintiff is a troublemaker is for presenting the defendant with confirmation that the Mormon founder Joseph Smith is a translator, which the defendant has since denied publicly in their gospel topic essay, Translation and Historicity of the Book of Abraham, and I provide the link. Your Honor should note that this article was uploaded on the defendant's website after the plaintiff was indefinitely incarcerated, and yes, there is more to the backstory, as the plaintiff had direct dealings with FARMS, acronym for Foundation of Ancient Research and Mormon Studies, as well during that time around 2000. The plaintiff has deciphered Paleo-Hebrew and Egyptian petroglyphs and has confirmed the theory that the Bible stories were translated from the Egyptian petroglyphs, as for one example, the Egyptian Heliopolis creation glyph is referred to over a half dozen times in the book of Genesis alone, i.e., I put in from Genesis chapter 2 verse 4, these are the generations of the heavens and the earth when they were created in the day that the Lord God made the earth and the heavens. The Hebrew word 4 generations refers to human biological offspring. I need to put in a closing statement. And then a discovery is already posted in here as well. The plaintiff again requests Your Honor not further delay in rendering final judgment on behalf of the plaintiff with prejudice, and in order to protect the plaintiff from retaliation by the defendant and all co-conspirators, the plaintiff requests that the laws of the United States be adhered to in Your Honor issuing bench warrants for the arrest of the defendant and all co-conspirators for criminal prosecution. Okay. And so you notice how as he's putting these emails on my docket, I refer to his being informed through this email process during the coronavirus, before I knew who the defense counsel was as well, to let them know that there's criminal activity going on. So I still have those emails and could forward them to him, but he already has his own filings himself, or submissions himself, so he knows exactly what I'm referring to. And so yes, he knows that the defense counsel is in default, and I remind him of that here. So should be sufficient for an update here. Okay. Maybe I should put a Team Joseph Smith Brigham Young thing in here. Yeah. I will do that. The defendant has, in lying about and covering up LDS church history, divided Mormonism into supporters of Joseph Smith and loyalists to Brigham Young and his successors to the current leadership. Supporters of the founder, Joseph Smith, and his loyalists divided Mormonism. I should put between loyalists to Brigham Young and his successors of the current leadership. As such, the defendant is promoting and educating Mormons against believers in the founder. Which is the hate crime of racism, as Mormons are like Jews, being a distinct ethnic race and a bigoted attack on a religion. Let's see. As such, the defendant is promoting and educating Mormons against believers in the founder, which is the hate crime of racism, as Mormons are like Jews, being a distinct ethnic race, and a bigoted attack on a religion. On a religion, though an extinct religion, with the assassination of the founder. I am also going to put in the plaintiff's research has confirmed that the defendant's founder, Brigham Young, ordered the assassination of the Mormon founder, who was running for United States President as the first abolitionist candidate. Plaintiff's research has confirmed that the defendant's founder, Brigham Young, ordered the assassination of the Mormon founder, who was running for United States President as the first abolitionist candidate. There you go. So we'll show a little more treason implied here. And also confirms the hatred with Brigham Young's racism. Okay. And send. Alrighty, I'm gonna go shower and shave and do my laundry, assuming they'll let me. And then I'll upload this afterwards, or during the first load.